Hello, my dear students. Hope you all are safe at home. In physics, we are in chapter 4 Magnets and Electromagnets. Before starting today's topic, let's revise what we have studied in the previous classes. The first topic you learned about was magnetism. Magnetism is the basic property shown by all magnetic materials. It is the force of attraction or repulsion between magnets and magnetic materials. Then you saw that there are two types of magnets. Which are they? Yes, permanent magnet, that is having permanent magnetism, and electromagnet, which is a temporary magnet. You know that there are two poles of magnet, North Pole and South Pole. Unlike poles will attract and like poles will repel. Next topic was magnetic fields. It is the space around magnet where magnetic materials experience a force. You saw how to plot the magnetic field using a compass. Then you learned about theory of magnetism. This theory suggests that magnetic materials contain tiny molecular magnets called domain. Also, no magnet can exist with one pole. Do you remember the applications of this theory? By this theory, we can magnetize an iron by striking it with a permanent magnet and demagnetize a permanent magnet by heating it. Now, let's move on to today's topic, magnetic induction. Students, here you can see two iron balls. If you move them closer, they are neither attracted nor repelled. So they are not magnets. When you bring a permanent magnet near to one of the ball, it will get attracted, and you can see that now this iron ball will attract the second iron ball. Students, what makes the iron ball a magnet which was not before? Do you know? It is because of magnetic induction or induced magnetism. When a piece of iron or steel is placed near to a magnet, the magnetic domains line up and it becomes magnetized. This is called induced magnetism. Look here, when you move a magnet towards a piece of iron, both North Pole and South Pole are induced on the ends of the iron. Thus, iron is magnetized. But you can see that when you move away the magnet from the iron piece, it loses its magnetism. So you can say that iron is a temporary magnet. But in case of steel, if you pull away the magnet also, steel will not lose its magnetism, or it can keep some of its induced magnetism. So, steel becomes a permanent magnet. Based on this, there are two types of magnetic materials: soft magnetic material and hard magnetic material. Soft magnetic materials are easy to magnetize, but they will lose their magnetism as soon when the magnet is removed. Comparing with soft magnetic material, hard magnetic materials are difficult to magnetize, but they can retain their magnetism. Since soft magnetic materials lose their magnetism easily, they are used to make temporary magnets. They are also useful where the direction of magnetism has to be changed quickly. Hard magnetic materials are used to make permanent magnet. Example for soft magnetic material is iron and for hard magnetic material is steel. You learned that you can make a temporary magnet by a piece of iron using induced magnetism. Let's see how to make a permanent magnet. Permanent magnets are made by hard magnetic material steel. Like iron, a piece of steel can be magnetized by striking it with a magnet. However, a better way of making a permanent magnet is to place the steel inside a copper wire and pass electricity through it as shown in the figure. When electric current passes through the coil, it is magnetized and strong magnetic fields are induced in the steel. So in this part of the chapter, you learned about induced magnetism as well as about soft and hard magnetic material. You are also able to know about the making of permanent magnet.